In a world where losing in your fantasy football league isn't an option, we present to you Triple Coverage Podcast.
Hey YouTubers, if you like what you see, make sure you click subscribe below. Today we're going to be doing our Thursday night triple threat episode, and as you can probably tell, I lost the punishment.
Football league isn't an option.
No longer me. It looks like you go all your
podcast.
That guy
You're like Franco Harris.
This ain't your daddy Saints either. They're undefeated on the road.
I'm willing to say I might bet him on the money line.
Oh, cool. That's a guaranteed loss to the Cowboys then.
Why do you say that?
Reverse? No, because every time he bets Cowboys money line, I had to hear about it.
You know how many times I've bet Dallas money line my entire life? Once.
Right, if you dish it out, you gotta take it.
Which he takes it all the time.
And we're back. Triple Coverage Podcast. We're here on a Thursday, and today is our Thursday night triple threat episode. I am here with my brother James.
You sound a little muffled there.
Whoa. That's talking through my helmet, my full-size helmet for losing the bet last week.
Where's the earpieces?
There's no earpieces.
He doesn't get that. He doesn't get that luxury.
And the chin strap doesn't really fit either, and there's no padding in it.
You have a small head. You have a small head, you think, or is there no padding in it?
I think this would look big on even Barry Bonds' head.
Yeah, Barry Bonds is a size 8.5.
Yeah.
The other voice you hear though is our buddy David Ward. Say hello, Dave.
How's it going? And how about them Cowboys?
Woo. Special guest. Two Cowboy fans in house today.
We brought him in specifically for this episode because it's a Dallas Cowboys episode. We took down the Saints. Meaning Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, not you.
Not so much of a high-scoring game, but we kind of talked about that. Remember, I told you that I said that I hate betting under on Thursdays.
I did though. I mean, honestly, I thought, okay, the Saints had the number 1 or number 2 run defense in the entire league, so I didn't expect Zeke to do as much as he did, but he did it all in the passing game. But then you have the Saints are really good in the run, and Dallas is playing way above what we all thought they were going to be before the season started. They're number 2 right now in the entire league, only giving up 18.5 points a game. That's second best in the league. They're in the top 4 against a run. They're in the top 7 against a pass. Like I thought that was going to cause a little bit of trouble for Drew Brees in this offense. I didn't think they would hold him to 10, but I definitely didn't think they were going to score 24 to 31 points like they've been scoring.
No, I was completely shocked by that too. Like
You were?
Completely shocked by the shutout in the first half.
Yeah, that was
13-0.
Shutout, and then Dallas got shut out in the second half.
Yeah, they scored all they needed to that first half. They're like, we're done.
They let up. They let
Well,
up.
no, Randy Gregory put on a Saints jersey and decided to help out the Saints as much
Yeah,
as
what
possible.
was going on there? You guys both texted me at the exact same time about Randy Gregory.
It was driving me nuts.
Did you know that? Did you know we texted him at the same exact time?
He sent me
to the minute.
Yeah.
To the minute, I checked my phone. It was like 7:42, and I was like, they both separate messages sent the exact same thing about
single-handedly.
Yeah, Gregory single-handedly ruining.
It
this
wasn't
game.
a good comment either.
No.
I was livid.
No, there was a couple of F-bombs in there.
And then the one that drove me nuts is he's trying to reach and he grabs his Drew Brees' face mask.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's like you know what I hate though is the third down bailouts. Like that is obviously legit. Somebody pulls somebody fit, but I hate watching these games now, especially this season where every time it's third and long or third and whatever, and the defense does some little ticky tack thing. They give them a whole new set of downs, but it is good for scoring. Not in this game particular, but
this was a bad officiating game.
Yeah,
I think that
horrible
they
second
said
half.
that it had the most
missed calls.
No, the season vets as far as the referees go. Like they had the
Missed
most
calls. Yeah.
The most
Like Cole Beasley?
minutes.
That was brutal.
The Cole Beasley one.
That
He had both knees down, I think.
like 2 yards short.
and then fell.
Yeah, but they had already used both their challenges, right?
So they couldn't
Yeah, that
challenge
was
it.
bad
That would have
coaching.
been one where
Bad coaching.
he would have been able to challenge that, but he lost both coaches' challenges. There was the missed face mask on Dak Prescott.
Yep.
There was the
But
the
that
touchdown.
drive got extended because of the bad refereeing.
Right.
If they
Almost like a
wouldn't-
makeup call.
Right, yeah. So then they're like, all right, we're not going to call that one because we already gave them a first down.
The Saints touchdown where Kirkwood actually grabbed Brown's hand and put it down and kind of pushed off a little bit. And then also, I thought that it should have been at least some kind of a penalty on Jalen Smith hitting helmet to helmet with.
I was a little worried there. I thought Kamara was going to be done. But, I mean, they didn't do anything in the running game at all. New Orleans, Kamara was the leading rusher with 36 yards. But you see that the Saints had 7 sacks. That's a lot. 7 sacks.
3 starters are out for Dallas on the offensive line.
Yep.
I mean, I know they've been playing with Joe Looney all year, but, I mean, Travis Frederick is arguably the number 1 center in the league.
and you got missing Teron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of excuses going on.
No,
there.
I'm just saying.
I think they win the division though. So
yeah, it's a weak division now. You never know what the
what if
NFC
Philly rattles off a couple? You comfortable over there? Adjusting that helmet.
Well, every time I
gotta
move,
hold
I have
it.
to hold it because every time I move, it just slides
I think you
everywhere.
put like 2 towels in the top.
Yeah, there's a towel in there.
There is. There's two towels on top, so that otherwise
You
you
look
can't
like-
even see my eyes.
You look like Beetlejuice from Howard Stern with a tiny little head with a huge helmet on. A helmet on. If you can't tell, Jay's talking through a helmet. So anything else that you guys wanted to add to this game? I mean, Dallas obviously won on the money line. I didn't, even though in the intro said I didn't have the balls to bet it because I kept waiting for Dallas to go to plus 300 on the money line, and they never did. It kept dropping, which seemed fishy to me. It went from 280 plus 285 to 270, and it kept going down even though Dallas was getting more points. Went to 7.5 points, so I took the 7.5 with the under on 3 different tickets. So I still won, but I wasn't able to pull the trigger on the money line because I didn't think the payout was enough. So I stayed away from it. But yeah, the over-under in this game was 53 or 53.5, and it went to 23 points. So you definitely didn't have to sweat that out.
One thing that going forward, that people playing the Saints, they're going to start picking on Eli Apple.
Yes.
Right off the get-go, Dallas in this game decided that whoever Eli Apple was lined up against, that's who they were going to throw to, and it would have been even worse if Dak Prescott didn't overthrow Gallup on the second long bomb by about 6 yards. He would have walked right into the end zone.
Got him on the stop and go. Like, it was embarrassing.
I mean, he had a good, I would say at least a 7 or 8 yard cushion on Eli Apple that second time, and Dak just overthrew him. Otherwise, that would have been an easy touchdown again. Gallup would have been way over 100 yards with that one.
Do either one of you two trust Michael Gallup in your playoff weeks, 14, 15, 16? Would you trust him enough to play him in a flex spot?
I dropped him in one of my on our.
Really?
Well, because I needed to pick up Malcolm Brown,
But
just in case.
Gotcha.
Just in case Gurley goes down.
Play.
Yeah, I gotta look for the playoffs.
But what about? So if you do have Gallup though, do you feel comfortable playing him? No, you say.
I
Jay?
don't.
I haven't played him all year. That's why he's like, I'm not gonna play him.
But
now.
I don't know. I think since Cooper came in, like he's now able to you're not seeing Gallup ever going to get double teamed ever. So now they throw to Elliott, they throw to Cooper, they throw to Gallup. Those to me are the 3 guys that I want on this offense, if any. And Dak Prescott's been playing a lot better since like week 6. Like he's putting up decent numbers now. He's running the ball a little bit better, and he's throwing to his outside receivers.
The only thing about him that kills me is when he's in the pocket, he doesn't trust his talent. He either kind of starts getting happy feet, moves, and then he takes a sack, which he shouldn't be doing.
Maybe
he should
he
be
does
throwing. He's like a quarterback that waits for the receiver to go open instead of anticipating
Throwing towards it.
Yes,
But
Throwing
maybe it's because he
Right.
doesn't trust offensive line because they're so
That's
you know what I mean.
true.
So he gets happy feet because he knows, oh my god, I got 2 seconds. I gotta make a decision. He's afraid he's gonna hit from behind or whatever. And that's how Andrew Luck used to be a couple years ago before his injury. His offensive line was so bad that he was just shuffling his feet left and right and just seemed so antsy. And you're like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
But when you don't trust your offensive line, it's very hard. I mean, he got sacked 7 times.
yeah. Fleming is terrible at left tackle. I wouldn't trust him either.
And another nugget too with the Dallas defense we kind of talked about, kind of pumped them up a little bit, is that even including the Saints game, they have not allowed any quarterback to throw for more than 2 touchdowns on the entire season. So
Who do they play next week?
They play the Eagles.
Play the Eagles, yeah.
Sorry, Carson. Carson, you're getting benched for me. I think that whole Eagles team is playing. They're playing well and they're winning, but they just happen to be playing against matchups that are in their favor. They get to play Colt McCoy, and then he gets hurt. Now they're playing Mark Sanchez. That's just a lucky break. Like what I mean. I don't think Philly has a chance to take over this. I think Dallas wins the division easily.
This
else
next
is
game
gonna-
is for the division.
Pretty much.
much,
Dallas
yeah.
wins this game. It's
Because then they
all
play
but
the Colts and then the Bucks and the Giants.
for Dallas.
So they should
Dallas
win
does.
3 out of the next 4. They should.
Even if they lose this game,
Yeah.
they still are set up pretty nicely because they would have a split with Philadelphia.
Right.
So they would have the same record. Tiebreaker, I have to go look at their division wins because that would be the
I think they're
tiebreaker.
3-1. They lost to the Redskins.
Who's
But
that?
if they
Dallas?
lost,
Dallas, yeah.
but if they lost to the Eagles, they'd be 3-2. I don't know what
Right.
the Eagles' division
And
record
they
is.
play the Giants, and that'd be 4-2 if they beat them.
Right. So that's what I mean. So even if they lose this game against the Eagles, it doesn't mean they're necessarily out of the playoff. And I think the Eagles' matchups the rest of the way are actually kind of tough.
Yeah, they have the tough schedule. They have a first-place schedule.
And the Saints are still in first place. They're the number 2 seed overall.
See,
They
the
need a little bit of help.
Saints play Tampa, and we
Right.
were just talking about that on the previous episode. Is that they're now they have to win out basically to stay on pace with the Rams. The Rams have a really tough game this week on Sunday Night Football playing the Chicago Bears in Chicago. So Saints from now on they can't lose. Like they got to stay there with if they want home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They got to keep winning. They're already 1 win back now from the Rams, and the Rams don't look like they're slowing down. So they need a lot of help. They need the Bears to basically beat the Rams for them to stay in contention for that number 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. So I think they blow out Tampa. I think this is going to be a statement game.
All right.
And a revenge game because they lost to him week 1
Yeah.
at home
That
in
was
New
weird.
Orleans. So just keep that in mind there. So
Revenge
last
City.
week for the punishment, Jay had Dak Prescott, Michael Thomas, and Amari Cooper. James had Drew Brees, Ezekiel Elliott, Kamara. Came down to basically Zeke getting me 25.5 points. And Brees had a horrible game. Kamara just did okay. Same thing with Michael Thomas. Very off game, only scored 9 points. I won 49-39. The punishment, as you see on YouTube, if you go on YouTube and go to Triple Coverage Podcast, type that in there. You can see the Thursday episode of Jay wearing a full-size Pittsburgh Steelers helmet, which has absolutely nothing to do with this game, but it's the only full-size helmet we could find.
We had to borrow this.
We had to
I
have
got a Vikings one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Damn, I should have asked you.
I just realized.
And is it real? With the
I don't know
padding?
if it's real, but it's
Because
signed.
this is I think it's real size, but it's a replica. It doesn't have the padding on the inside. So this helmet's probably like $150. A real one is like $300.
Yeah, I'll
So
check
what-
it when I get home. It's in a box.
So I mean, everyone's so now the punishment has started for the next week. Anytime I'm gonna reach over, I'm gonna slap him on the helmet there, give him a nice little ring. So the next game, Jay, for next week, what do we have?
We have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Tennessee Titans. This game is
That was loud. We
How
got
loud?
headphones
It's probably
on.
louder
It's
for
still
you
loud.
guys.
Was it loud
No,
in
it
there?
wasn't.
No, it's not
Oh,
loud,
okay.
but not with the
Towels.
towel on the top of it.
Towels
So
are
yeah, it's
stopping
not
the-
loud. It's not loud for me. It's probably louder for you guys because of the microphones.
Stopped you right mid sentence. So go ahead.
This game is actually a division game. The only one that has any kind of playoff implications is the Tennessee Titans, though, because the Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-8, and they're 1-4 away. Titans need to win this game if they want to stay in the playoff race.
I mean,
But I don't even trust them with the way Jacksonville's defense played last week by
Yeah.
shutting out the Colts.
The Jacksonville defense showed what we thought they were going to be before the season started. Is a shutdown defense. Jalen Ramsey going to shut down everyone. AJ Bouye is going to be there shutting down the other receiver, and they were going to just steamroll teams and just manage the game on offense. Cody Kessler comes in and gets a win, scoring 6 points. So I don't know how many points Jacksonville has to score to win this game, but it's not much because Tennessee's offense is so up and down. I don't know what I'm getting week to week. Sometimes Mariota comes out in the first half and looks like a damn all-star and throwing the ball over, they're running hurry-up offense, and everything's working. And then all of a sudden the next week comes out, or the second half even sometimes, and they look like a completely different team.
Change the game plan.
They changed the game plan
Every time.
to the worst,
Yeah,
it seems like.
I don't get it. They looked great against Dallas. They
Right,
They beat the Patriots handedly.
They beat Philly.
They
They
Philly,
beat
yeah.
a lot of decent teams, and then all of a sudden they come out, and you're just like, what are they doing? Like, they have a lot of talent, and they're all young. You have the Derrick Henrys, the Lewis. You have Jonnu Smith now stepped into the Delaney Walker role. You have Corey Davis.
Corey
You have
Davis
Tajay
is getting
Sharp.
a lot better.
Like, you have Tajay Sharp. You have a lot of guys that are young talent. Like, use them. Hurry up the offense. Speed it up a little bit. And run a hurry up a little bit every once in a while. And when they do that, it seems to work. And then they go away from it.
Are you
So-
surprised that Derrick Henry's a leading rusher for Tennessee?
I
guess he took over Deion Lewis's.
Deion
Yeah.
Lewis is probably more catching, I would say.
Oh, for sure,
but
receiving,
I was surprised that
He
Stephen
gets a lot of
Henry is
receiving and
leading rusher.
There's only
474 yards
120
and
carries, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
128 carries in 13 weeks. Well, 12 because of bye. But
It's gotta be
Dante
way at the bottom.
Dante Moncrief, the leading receiver for Jacksonville right now. That's kind of surprising. I would think it would be D.D. Westbrook.
But under 600 yards
Correct, so
for
far.
the season. So
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't look good in this matchup.
What's the over-under in this game?
The over-under is actually 37 and a
37,
half.
Yeah, it should be 12. It's going to be like 6 to 3.
Is it going to be back-to-back unders on Thursday night?
You know what? This will be a game that I can see for somehow it'll be a couple defensive touchdowns or a special teams touchdown, turnovers. Somehow this game will
I
squeak
can
over
definitely see a
37.
special teams touchdown. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to score. Who's going to score in this game? Deion Lewis and
Watch it be
Fournette?
like 35,
Hopefully
31.
Fournette.
or
That's what I
something.
mean.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
You just never know.
Fournette?
Fournette scores.
I know. I would love to see Fournette play an entire game and not get hurt, suspended, or in a fist fight. I mean, he's my first round pick in a dynasty startup, and I've got to play him 2 weeks. 2 weeks out of 13 so far. So I would love to play him and assume that he does decent, and then he's back on the wagon, and TJ Yeldon will start dropping off a little bit.
Well-
TJ Yeldon right now is still a top 12 running back, Jay,
Yeah,
in a
I have
PPR
him.
league.
He carried me in my other
It's-
dynasty league.
that's
for a little
insane
bit.
to me.
That is pretty surprising.
I thought he was going to drop like a bad habit, but as long as Fournette keeps missing games, he's right there.
And they got Carlos Hyde didn't help coming in.
I still don't understand that.
I don't get the trade. I don't.
It was a stopgap, kind of like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to pick him up for a few weeks while Fournette's out. But then when they kept losing and they went on a 7-game losing streak, it was more of like, okay, what are we going to do with Hyde? Okay, just put him back. And as soon as the season's over, Hyde's out of there. He'll be on a new team somewhere else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I'm wondering where he's
Rogers
going to go next year because he's still going to have some value in dynasty leagues because he was actually
Yeah.
he put together some good games for Cleveland.
He's
still young,
27,
26 maybe, yeah.
26,
No, he's 27 years old, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or he will be at the start of next season at least.
Either way.
Yeah, either way.
But he'll go somewhere.
Right. So, I mean, if Tennessee wins this game, puts them at 7-6, and they still have a chance at the wild card. They're in the wild card hunt. What if Jacksonville just starts rattling off wins with Cody Kessler and they finish 8-8? Is Bortles like what? If you're a Jacksonville Jaguars, where's Bortles next season? Is he cut?
I don't know. They paid him all that money.
I know. So I mean, so do you keep him on the roster?
Yeah, but I think if I recall, his contract is front loaded, meaning that they didn't want to cut him this year because that's when he made the most of the money. I think they can cut him next year, and they actually save a little bit off the salary cap, and they don't have to pay him very much of the contract.
So where do you see?
So he'll probably be cut.
Where do you see then? Who goes to Jacksonville? You have like the Eli Manning people are talking about. You have like Teddy Bridgewater. Who
I'll
they
tell you
could
right
always
now,
draft somebody.
I mean, but then you throw them right in right away.
No, they probably will draft somebody, but I don't think they throw them in right away because the team is kind of built. The way it's built, it's kind of built to win right now, even though they're not.
That's what I mean.
Right now.
So they can't go out and get a rookie quarterback and just throw him in. So
no, I think
who's a week 1 starter?
They need to go out. I'm telling you right now. I know we joked about it last week. They need to go out and trade for Matt Stafford.
I said the same thing. If they go out and trade for Matt Stafford,
don't they have so much money on defense that they're paying out?
Money tied up, you mean?
Yeah.
Bortles would have to be part of the trade. Somehow they would have to get out of
Nobody's
Bortles'
taking that
contract.
contract.
But if they said, here, let me give you Blake Bortles and a second for Matt Stafford, or Blake Bortles and for however it works out in the NFL. I'm not saying this trade's going to happen.
Right.
And sometimes we get caught up because we all play Dynasty and we think like, just trade the guy. He's not producing, or like, he'd be a better fit over here. And it doesn't often happen in the NFL. But if they did, and they were able to pull off a trade to get a guy like a Matt Stafford, all of a sudden this team next season, Matt Stafford at quarterback with Fournette and that defense is very scary. With Bortles, with Kessler, Eli Manning, even it just doesn't do it for me. They need somebody that's good.
Like $30-something million a year.
Yeah,
that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have enough. They'd have to.
If they get out of Bortles, but they're giving Bortles like 20.
Got him in the draft, taking I think Drew Lock from Missouri.
Okay,
yeah, but
then you have to wait a year or two for him to kind of.
I mean, how can he worse can he be than Blake Bortles? At least you got a lot of money to shore up the offensive line and do other stuff.
Right, but they're 4-8, so. Even if he is a little bit better, what does that put him? 6 and 6?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they need a guy that can come in there and not just manage the game, but if they do fall down, they need a guy that can come in there and throw the ball 35 times and be productive. And it's not working out right now, Matt Stafford. So
second option besides Matt Stafford to me would be Teddy Bridgewater that we talked about.
Yeah,
too.
I don't know if the Saints want to get rid of him though, because if Drew Brees does retire, let's say they win the Super Bowl, they go to the Super Bowl, he wants to play one more year. Okay. Then they need somebody behind him, and it ain't Taysom Hill.
Sean Payton loves Taysom Hill.
He doesn't want him as a starting quarterback. He wants to use him as
you can't use your starting quarterback to kickoff.
Yes.
Hey, come on in.
Like he doesn't want to use him as Cordell Stewart. Like he wants a quarterback that can throw the ball, and that's not Taysom Hill. He's a trickery guy that comes in. He's Lamar Jackson to me, to be honest.
They were saying he's like the fastest guy in the team.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's white. So I find that hard to believe, but he's faster than Kamara.
Kamara's not really that fast. They were showing like their top speeds when they run. Like he wasn't even in the top. Like
he's more elusive.
What about is Ted Ginn still there?
He's hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Yeah, he didn't die. He just sprained his ankle.
You're telling me he's beating Ted Ginn in a 40-yard dash?
No, I know. I think they're talking about guys who are actually playing right now, not guys that are.
So they can only say that while Ted Ginn's hurt. As soon as he comes back,
if he's healthy, then yeah, he could probably beat him in a foot race. But when he's injured, he can't.
They're like,
Ginn's been around a while, hasn't he?
They're like, is Ginn active? No. Yes, Taysom Hill's the fastest guy.
Ted Ginn's the king of running out of bounds.
So what do you guys like on this game? Let's say we're in Las Vegas, and let's say that we were going to go make a bet on the game. Who do you pick a side and an under over?
It's so far to drive though to bet the game.
I'll just use my app.
Yep.
In Vegas, it comes very easy. So you have what's the line? 4.5.
4.5 and 37.
4.5, 37.5.
I gotta take Tennessee.
Or is it
in this.
4? Oh, it's 4.
It's down to 4.
You think Tennessee wins this game by more than 4? No way.
No.
I'll take Jacksonville and the under screaming, so I'll take the over. I'll take Jacksonville and over.
I'll take Jaguars money line and under. Why not?
I like the money line on Jacksonville as well. They're 6-2 against the spread, and the Titans are. Is that right? No, 6-2 against the spread. I was gonna say there's no way.
6-6.
They're 6. Yeah, at least they're 6 and 6.
Whatever their record is.
Yeah, exactly.
So if Tennessee wins, they cover. If they lose, they're not covering.
Pretty much,
So do you think Tennessee's going to win this game?
Their defenses are giving the identical amount of points. They're both giving up 20 points a game. Their defenses are. Tennessee scoring 18 and Jacksonville scoring 17 a game.
Which puts it under.
What was the percentage of
win probability?
Yeah.
63% to the Titans. 63%. 0.3% there's a tie. I like that. I like them odds.
There could be a tie in this game very easily.
So for next week, we drew numbers again, and Jay got the number 1 pick again. He took Leonard Fournette first. I took Mariota. Then Jay took Corey Davis. I took D.D. Westbrook. Jay was stuck with Cody Kessler as his quarterback, and I took Deion Lewis. So for James, He has Mariota, Dion Lewis, and D.D. Westbrook. For Jay, he has Cody Kessler, Leonard Fournette, and Corey Davis for next week's punishment. Since we do have a guest in studio, I'm going to get the wheel of punishment out and let David spin it so we can see what the punishment will be for next week.
Can't wait to see what this is.
Mm-hmm. You can't wait to see? What are you hoping for it is, though? Like,
I
do you
don't
have
care.
anything? Oh, wow. You're getting confident on me, huh?
Yeah.
I've never even looked at the whole wheel and see what all the punishments are.
Do you want to be in?
So do I want to what?
You want to be involved in it?
All right, so let me... You want to be involved in it? No, he doesn't.
You guys already drafted.
So go ahead and... So you're going to go, like, wherever, but spin it hard. That, yeah. Come on, baby.
What is it?
What would you say that's on that
It's
one,
on
right?
this side right here.
Damn it. This is the one I didn't want.
What is it?
It's called Chug 'em. So you're going to have to chug an entire glass of milk followed by an entire can of beer.
I thought it was the other way around. That was a beer.
Either way, it's not good. I'll let the loser decide. That's the one I cannot drink milk. I just
That's where the problem is, not the beer.
It's not the beer. The beer I'll smash over Jay's head and then drink it. But the milk, to me, I had a bad experience when I was in 4th grade or 2nd grade, I think it was, and I'll never forget it. And,
Milk is disgusting, by the way. It just tastes disgusting. That's not
the
fine.
thing
It
is
tastes
that
good.
I won't do strawberry milk again. So it's got to be regular
gross.
milk.
Don't do strawberry milk. Do chocolate milk. Then.
I would rather do strawberry or chocolate than regular
It's just
milk.
milk.
Beer than
is
chocolate
disgusting.
milk.
It's a consistency of
You
the milk.
drink milk? Like
Yeah.
as a drink?
Well,
Look at this guy. He's a
pretty
meat
much.
house. Look at his bones. He's got the
so
strongest
gross.
bones in the world.
Yeah, right.
You know who needs milk, though, is the Washington Redskins quarterbacks. They need to start. 2 of them with broken legs. Clearly, it's an issue of osteoporosis.
Calcium's
Get
really
these guys some calcium in their systems and get them some vitamin D in that milk because it's bad. How do you have 2 broken legs?
Maybe
Of
it's
course,
just
that's
not
the
very
position.
sunny.
But his
Is it
leg
not very
hit the other
sunny,
guy's
Lucy?
shin.
He leg whipped him. It was like Sydney was watching. She's like, "Where?" And I was like, "Well, watch his right leg." And she goes, "Oh, right there." And I was like, "No, watch his right leg." I'm like, "It literally was a U shape after he kicked the guy, and then he got up like it was okay." I'm like,
And he's
"You
just
see
walking it
his,
off.
His
like he
leg
sprained it.
bent around the guy's other leg." And I was like,
Fibula. Is this fibula?
I was like, in anatomy, that's not normal. Your leg shouldn't bend around another guy's
Your
leg.
shin shouldn't
Does
have like
anyone
a
know-
speed bump in.
Does anyone know if Joe Theismann was in the stadium?
I don't think he's allowed back.
That guy's.
Yeah, I don't think he's allowed back. But, okay, anything else that you guys want to add to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans? Also, me and Jay made a wall bet off air. He says that Mariota will outscore Cody Kessler by 10 or more fantasy points in this game. I said there's no way. He said yes, so that's one of the wall bets we also have made that we can kind of take a look at next week.
What do you think, Dave? Does
Do you think
Mariota
we're gonna-
outscore him by 10 fantasy points?
I can see it happen. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
Because Mariota's got to be the whole offense.
Right, and you're very logical,
And
and you know what you're talking about, so I appreciate it.
Fournette's going to get a lot of. He might
You want
get.
the same
he
ball?
might.
That's it, Dave.
He,
You're in
he might get like 30 rushes. Fournette. They might just give him the ball.
Fournette, but I'm talking about Mariota. Will Mariota score more than Kessler?
Right, but I'm saying
10?
is like Kessler's not going to throw the ball that much. He was terrible.
That's what he's saying. Kessler's going to have like 12 or 13 attempts.
Right.
But you never know if Mariota's going to get 4 turnovers and get hurt
At
with
least
his little
he can
forearm.
scramble and maybe
Oh.
get like a rushing touchdown or
Can I get a clause in this? If Mariota gets hurt, do I get his backup or no?
No.
no.
Since when?
When have you ever done that?
Well, I've
If
never,
only if
we've
the
never
guy's
had
been-
someone that gets hurt this often.
If the guy's been called out before the game starts, then we can give you a mulligan. But if he gets hurt in the game, then
I
that's-
hope Kessler blows his knee out.
them's the breaks.
Seriously.
If he blows his knee, I'm gonna.
What do you want? You want a good luck, bad luck clause?
Kessler's in
Like a
because
dealer league?
Bortles
Yeah.
is so bad. It's not like Bortles is hurt.
Bortles could come right in and all of a sudden light the world on fire. Do you want Bortles or you want Kessler? I'll let you make the decision now.
I'll take Kessler. The guy's going to start the game. Please.
All right.
At least he knows he's starting.
He hands the ball off better.
I wouldn't have taken Kessler. I would have tried
Well,
to find somebody
it was
else.
his last pick. You,
would've
you had to
taken-
take quarterback.
Oh, okay.
I had to.
All right.
That's
Yeah,
why I had to jump on Mariota when he went.
Yeah,
for
yeah, that was a good call.
I
Yeah.
had to. I didn't want him. Trust me. I'd rather have Corey Davis. But
God, that's bad.
all right, you guys ready to crack one?
Let's crack it.
That is such a bad.
Kessler.